Point 3 is complex numbers. Remember imaginary numbers, the I? That's what we're doing.
I have imaginary people that aren't
You.
That might be a condition.
Okay, complex numbers. Imaginary unit is I, okay? I equals the square root of -1, which means I squared equals -1. Do you remember any of this?
Slightly.
You have to have that memorized. Anytime I see I squared, I'm going to replace it with -1. Okay? When you write something in standard form for complex numbers, it's when you write the number and then the imaginary number. So it's A plus BI. If you don't write it in this form with the imaginary number second, you have not written it in standard form. Therefore, your answer is incorrect. Good, Parker, you're picking up. Good.
Wrong.
Okay. So today we're just going to focus on adding, subtracting, and possibly multiplying a little bit of standard numbers. And then on Monday we'll pick up with complex conjugates. Okay. If I have an equation that says 3 minus I in parentheses plus 2 plus 3I in parentheses, how do I go about simplifying that?
-1 with all the eyes.
Square
No.
Man,
No,
guys.
I want to combine like terms. So my like terms are my constants. 3 and 2. What's 3 plus 2? 5. And then I have -I plus 3I, which gives me, that is your answer.
Adding and subtracting are pretty easy for me.
Yeah.
Okay, that is your answer. What happens if I have radical -4 plus
Mm-hmm.
-4 minus radical -4? Okay, is there any constant here, like regular number, in this section?
No.
No, but there is here. So I have 0 plus -4, which is
0.
-4. I have positive radical
Oh, it's plus. I was
-4.
thinking addition. I mean subtract.
Po-
Multiplication.
positive radical -4 plus a negative radical -4. What happens there? They cancel out because this one's positive, this one's negative. Your answer is -4. Okay. What happens if I have this? 3 negative. Okay. So here I got something else going on. This negative on the outside of this parentheses needs to do what? What do I need to do with that first? Distribute it. I need to distribute it because technically it's a -1. So what is -1 times -2? Positive 2. Good. What is -1 times 3i? -3i. And then I have -5, and then I have plus I. Now we combine like terms. 3, 2, and -5 gives you what? 0. -3i and I gives you what? -2i. There's your solution. It is. It's not hard. Okay, here's another one. 3 plus 2i in parentheses plus 4 minus I in parentheses minus 7 plus I in parentheses. Okay, so I have, let's look at all the constants. 3, 4, and -7. What's 3 plus 4 minus 7? 0. What is 2i minus I minus I?
0.
So my answer is 0. Okay. The last thing we're going to talk about today is multiplying them. That's adding and subtracting. Let's look at multiplication. Let's say you want to multiply imaginary numbers or radicals. What do I do when I'm multiplying -4 times negative 16. What happens there?
Alright, stick.
Okay. When I have a negative, what do I represent that with?
Negative.
So, yes, okay. So I represent it with an I. The square root of 4 is 2, so you have 2I for this right there. So what does that look like? What does negative 16 look like then?
16.
4I. What is 2I times 4I? 8I. What's I times I?
2i.
No. What's x times x?
X.
X squared. What's I times I?
I squared.
I squared. So I get 8I squared. What do I replace it with, Lindsay? Negative 1. So I get 8 times negative 1, which gives me negative 8 for my solution. Okay?
A month ago, we're in the money.
How would you solve this? 2 minus I times 4 plus 3I. How would we solve that?
Stick 2 in for 27.
What do you do?
What's that thing called? Foil.
Foil. Beautiful. What's 2 times 4? 2 times 3I. Negative I times 4.
Negative 4i.
And negative I times 3I.
Negative 3i squared.
Beautiful. Now,
Stick 2 in.
I'm going to combine like terms, so I have 8 plus 2I minus 3 times negative 1. I replace that I squared with negative 1. So I have 8 plus 2I plus 3. What's 8 plus 3?
11.
11 plus 2I, and that's written in standard form. Parker, move.
Alright, continue.
Thanks, Parker. I'm gonna make sure I watch this lesson.
This is
Okay,
one
here's
more
one more, and then we'll be done. 4I times 1 minus, or times negative 1 plus 5I. What do I do there? Distribute. What's 4I plus negative 1? What is 4I times 5I? What do I replace I squared with? Negative 1. So I ended up getting negative 20 minus 4I when I write it in standard form. That is what you're working on tonight.